of economic pressures, because of the threat to many people's health, and in many other ways, this pandemic has of course changed many aspects of everyone's lives.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
新冠肺炎。
截至到10月26日，本澳都冇出現新冠肺炎病毒嘅社區傳播。
COVID-19 has been around for more than a year now, and it has given us many challenges throughout the pandemic. There are a lot of inspiring stories about how the citizens of Macau face those challenges. But in this documentary, I'm going to be focusing on the Macau Sec Paiwan Park. Sec Paiwan Park was originally a farmland occupied by the Catholics in 1940. The farmland was used to nurture orphans and unemployed youth. In 1984, the Portuguese government started to convert it into a country park. And on May 28, 1985, the first country park of Macau was born. Since then, Sec Paiwan Park has been acquiring different kinds of animals and has been giving residents of Macau great memories and experiences.
We probably visit maybe a couple of times a month.
Every couple of weeks, I think now, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I think since the kind of pandemic, we started coming a bit more than usual.
應該1年都會嚟到2次
，2年都未嚟過啦。
其實好耐冇嚟過㗎啦，我諗都超過10年冇嚟過㗎啦，我相信係。
以前細嗰陣時會有學校帶我哋嚟呢度當係一個點講好啊，一個咁樣嘅同學仔咁樣嘅活動。嗰陣時講緊係小學嘅事嚟㗎啦，嗰陣時會比較多咯。咁後尾大個咗就會少啲咁樣。
都有嘅，細個學校旅行會嚟呢度，玩嘅。我記得係好開心啊咁樣咯，係啊。
其實石排灣公園我應該都差唔多有10年冇嚟過啦。咁啊，對上一次嚟應該已經係初中時間。咁而家係即係隔咗一段時間都上嚟石排灣公園，再重新體驗一次咁樣咯。
上一次嚟嘅時候佢哋好細個啦，然後而家大個咗，已經好多地方都唔同咗啦呢度。
Since people are staying in Macau during the pandemic and they had nowhere to go, a lot of people took interest in Sec Paiwan. The park was filled with life.
好似今日人都算係 OK 啦，都幾多下。
我覺得好似多人咗，因為疫情嘅時候好多人都係可以要留喺澳門啊嘛，咁所以而家就多咗人會喺澳門度注重去一啲郊區嘅地方咁樣咯，所以今次嚟都多咗人。
疫情之前嚟嘅時候都冇乜人咁咯，疫情之後反而可能多咗啲家長啊，同埋啲小朋友嚟，因為好少人話會出到去外國睇下動物啊，或者喺第二度玩咁，可能就多啲人嚟咗石排灣，去返本地啲郊野公園去睇下咯，係啊。
The effect of COVID-19 was positive at first. Sec Paiwan had a surge of visitors, but after a while, the excitement died down. The people vanished, and it felt like it was abandoned again.
It's a lot quieter than it was like when we first moved here. It was really busy no matter what day of the week you came. Now it only seems to really be busy at weekends, which we don't mind, but also it's a shame because there's a lot here to offer.
但係轉變就可能人數上面會少咗啲吧，因為喺疫情以前嘅話，相對會再多人少少咁樣咯。
其實我見到有好多嘢都仲一樣嘅，好似出邊嗰架飛機啊，入邊嘅一啲動物啊，其實都好細個嘅時候都係呢一種動物嘅。咁所以其實今次翻到嚟都仲係好熟悉啦，即係所有嘢都好似冇變到咁樣。但係就其實見到疫情都反而我有啲surprise 係今日禮拜6，但係原來人流都比較少咯。
It's amazing to see that Sakpai Wan has added rare, near-extinct animals to try and preserve them. But I think the ones that really need help are the animal parks of Macau, because they're the ones that are going extinct.
係好可惜嘅，我覺得，因為其實啲小朋友而家可能要睇動物啊，或者我哋大人想輕鬆下咧，其實澳門係冇啦嘛，真係越嚟越少，可能大家都要去到其他地方先有。咁又唔係個個都可以時時咁得閒去其他地方噶嘛，咁我覺得好似我哋以前細個都會有兒童後，會有嗰隻黑熊啊，有好多馬騮睇，咁而家好似即係咩都冇咯，得翻呢度幾隻馬騮咁樣。
Mixed feelings on this one because I think that they provide wonderful education for children. Children learn more when they can see and empathise. Like to go and actually just see the pandas will get them to understand more.
我覺得係會可惜嘅，因為以前我大概住喺嗰個義容後嗰邊咧，咁其實得閒可能星期六日你阿爸媽會帶小朋友上去噶嘛，咁會都多啲嘢睇嘅，咁我都希望呢樣嘢係可以繼續落去咁樣咯。
I think so because it gives families and people an outside space which there's not much of in Macau. So I think it's nice to have like the mix of the kind of like the children's activities like the play park and stuff with the animals, and it always has a nice like family atmosphere.
其實重要嘅，因為畢竟上面呢度係熊貓館嘅座落嘅地方啦，咁你可能你啲即係澳門人本身地方細嘅，咁你唔係話好容易揾到個地方可以全家人去玩咧，咁其實呢度都係一個唔錯地方咯。
其實我相信西排灣郊野公園應該係屬於一個比較澳門重心嘅一個郊野公園啦，因為我覺得遊客其實嚟到澳門，佢哋想親近大自然嘅話，呢一度係絕對一個好好嘅選擇咯。所以對於澳門嚟講，我覺得係一個非常之重要嘅一個旅遊景點啦。咁所以希望即係澳門政府都會 keep 住繼續去保育呢個地方。咁希望附近嘅居民啊、建設上啊，都希望可以大家一齊去保護呢個地方咯，係。
不外乎即係如果佢可以俾多啲活動同宣傳會更加好嘅，因為我知道有啲人咧係想嚟呢邊，但係佢唔確定幾時會有啲咩活動。咁如果佢可以有少少定點活動，而又唔係太介意話一定要幾多人先開到嘅話咧，咁就最好啦。
我覺得搞少可能啲親子活動咯，或者多少少唔同嘅動物咯，或者可以整一啲可以教育小朋友多啲動物啊、植物啊，或者呢啲大自然嘅嘢咁樣，我覺得都會有啲用嘅。
動物上面嘅一啲導賞團啦，我覺得可以加翻啲咁樣啦，去多啲人去幫忙一齊去解釋下唔同嘅動物，佢哋係嚟自邊度啊，或者有啲咩生態圈啊，我哋有啲咩要注意啊，一啲咁樣嘅小常識，我覺得多翻啲咁樣嘅導賞團，相信係可以吸引到唔同嘅市民嚟參觀咯。好，唔該晒。